Hi and welcome to this reading. Now this reading has actually jumped the queue. I am pulling in the energy around a song that has been rolling around in my head for the past couple of days. Lots of kind of random messages, but they're all sort of starting to align. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I pick up on an energy prior to a reading. I will then come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify that message. Now, what I was hearing was the Hilltop Hoods song, which is a song from an Australian band, and the song is called 1955. I will list that song in the description box. You probably haven't heard it. I'm not sure if there's a music video for it. The lyrics that I was hearing were pretty specific. Right across the country, they came in waves, thousands upon thousands of flying discs descending from the planet Mars. That's what I was hearing. And it's part of a section in the song where it's an old-fashioned radio, like a radio from 1955 playing. Now, there are some synchronicities within that particular song and that particular date, and they run in line with the other readings where I'm picking up on this 7 or 7-7 synchronicity, and they also run in line with the Pluto and Aquarius transits, which if you've been to my readings before, Pluto and Aquarius is a 20-year transit that happens every 250 years, and normally in a transit you have big revolutionary change. The last Pluto and Aquarius transit 250 years ago, we saw the French Revolution, the American Revolution. The transit prior to that, we saw the building of the Sistine Chapel, but we also saw all of the aftermath and destruction of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, and big changes within the religious sector of England, where literally the whole country changed religions. It goes back and back and back and back. The mid-300s was the legalization of Christianity. But before that, in 70 AD, so as I said, every 250 years, in 70 AD, in the Pluto and Aquarius transit in 70 AD, was the destruction of the Second Jewish Temple. And the irony is that 2025, this year, minus 1955, which is the name of that song. So 2025 minus 1955 is 70, as in 70 AD. So it's been 1,955 years since the destruction of that temple. Now that temple was destroyed on the 9th of Av, and it's a very holy day within the Jewish calendar. And I've actually been hearing that for months and months and months, but not had any context to it. The 9th of Av. Now, the 9th of Av was also when the first temple was destroyed. It was actually destroyed on the same day, the first temple and the second temple, but hundreds of years in between, but destroyed on the same day, on the same date. This year, the evening of Saturday the 2nd of August and Sunday the 3rd of August is on the Jewish calendar the 9th of Av. So whether that plays any significance into the messages that come out in this reading, I'm not sure. I'm just giving you what I got. Now, as I said, if you're new to this channel, welcome. If the reading resonates with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. All of my readings are timeless. Today's date is the 25th of the 6th, so the 25th of June 2025. Just to put things into context, because obviously there's lots of things playing out on the world stage at the moment. All of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs, because I'm also an illustrator. So if you call to any of those, the links to those can be found in the description box. Now, because I got that song and because I started getting the synchronicities with these dates, I started playing around with the dates. So as I said, 2025 minus 1955 is 70 AD, which is the destruction of that temple. I also started looking at 1955 itself as a date in history. So that year was the end of the Cold War between Russia and Germany. It was the year where the first nuclear-powered submarine the USS Nautilus was launched. It was the year that SEATO, SEATO, which is the Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, was formed. In Australia, we had huge flooding. That year, Israel acquired 4 of the 7 Dead Sea Scrolls. The Scrabble board debuted, and that song in particular talks about a clutch of fear, so racial profiling. Plan C, the FBI emergency plan. Now, some of these things I have no idea what that means, but it might be something that resonates for you. The War of the Worlds radio broadcast, which caused mass panic, also happened, and that's referenced in the song. And on the Billboard charts, the #1 song was Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White by Perez Prado. I have no idea what that song is. I'm just giving you what I got. But I just want to check a date because I've got a funny feeling. Now, if you've watched my readings before, I've got a big playlist that pulls in these 7/7 synchronicities. And they're part of a bigger Saturn cycle, which rolls around every 84 years. And because we are talking about Israel and what's currently happening in the current climate, Israel turns 77 this year. In 2032, it will be 84 years. That's interesting, actually. So 2032 minus 1955 is 77. But if we are looking at the 70-year mark, and I did a reading the other day, Daniel's 70 weeks, when a week is in the Bible, a week is often referred to as a year. 1955 to 2025 is 70 years or 70 weeks. The first nuclear-powered submarine, USS Nautilus, 1955. How interesting is that? So I popped in some of the messages that I was getting. I popped them into Gematria. 1955, I got New York tsunami. Happy Veterans Day. We built this city, the walls of Jericho, and spiritually awakened. That's in Strong's Concordance, 1955, actually. That's right across the country. They came in waves, thousands upon thousands of flying discs descending from the planet Mars. Now, I got a funny video in my feed the other day from a reader that I never watch, but they were basically saying that the channel messages that they were seeing or that they were hearing was that a higher power will intervene before World War III happens. Now, whether you believe that or not, I don't know why it came up, but the intervention is coming externally. Right across the country, they came in waves, thousands upon thousands of flying discs descending from the planet Mars. Now, I typed in this CETO, which is now disbanded, but I just was guided to do it. 246 and 360. 246, Genesis. Proof, Black Cube, Elon Musk, Ark of Noah. Girdle Chains of Another Nation. 360, Holy, Believe, Aliens. Be Ready. Petra, that is in Jordan. Black Cube again, Hodor. Fidelio, which is loyal. The Bahamas, Coachella, Lakota. Strength and to return. So I'm going to pull some cards. This is not my usual reading. I don't not believe in aliens. I'm open. I'm skeptic, but I'm open. Ariel, 46. That's the Knight of Cups, which is the moon in Scorpio. So something hidden. The moon in Scorpio, hidden rebirth energy. That's actually gratitude and secret knowledge. That's my moon is in Scorpio. And 55, good deeds and soul growth. So 5's a change. The Queen of Pentacles. As I put they believe the extraterrestrials actually built the pyramids. As I put my lapis lazuli. Liberation. Are they coming to liberate us? Liberation and defender of spiritual truth. As I said, I'm open, cautiously open, I would say. 1955, Hilltop Hoods, spiritual connection, connected to the stars, gratitude and secret knowledge. There's got to be more, right? Be confident. Don't be scared of the things that change. Okay, what do I want to get? Let's get one of those. Thousands of tiny discs that descend from the sky. That's so funny. That's a little plate. It's a saucer from a teacup, a flying saucer with the butterfly on the bottom. We got Jesus, Gog's army. Again, foreign. No, that's sovereign. Israel. Enemies, holy. Lord of pardon. Now that bowl that those runes are sitting in is the fisher and the loaves, which is that story in the Bible where Jesus actually made food out of several fish and a loaf of bread. And an angel on the bottom. Why are they turned around? Snail. Descended from the sky. Interesting. Okay. What's the energy around us at this particular time? The Five of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. It's dropping your swords in a battle, but potentially dropping your swords in a battle because I just heard because a higher power has entered the chat. There's an astrologer, Pam Gregory, she's amazing. I think she'd probably be in her 60s or 70s. She's an English astrologer. You just search her up on YouTube, Pam Gregory. But every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock, I think it used to be 5 o'clock, but it's now 7 o'clock UK time, they do this hour of meditation, and anybody can join. It's basically sending out positive vibes around the planet. So you just sit there for the hour and you meditate and you just send positive energy, because at the end of the day, with everything going on, nobody can do anything. Like we're all the little people that are just kind of bobbing around in the sea of what's actually going on. But what we actually have the power in is connecting on a spiritual level, connecting on a level of love. And in some ways, and there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that do that at that particular time every Sunday night. Now, I think basically it worked out in Australia. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would set my alarm, and then within 2 minutes of sitting there and starting my meditation, I'd fall back to sleep. But my intention was there. But I would say, is the collective intention to bring peace and harmony to the earth what actually draws in whatever this higher power is, harnessing the power of the people through the spiritual connection. Then it's almost like it rises up to the ethers. Then it draws in this power that comes in from beyond. Page of Wands. Now you have to excuse the noise. It is school holidays here, and my neighbours behind are out in the backyard with their kids. The Page of Wands. Explorer, the card of the Explorer. That's Saturn in Sagittarius. What's happening in the soul? The Two of Pentacles. And I'm not sure whether you can hear it, but my washing machine, I'm washing a big blanket. It's winter here at the moment. And my washing machine is out of balance. And I've got that little do-do-do-do sound that's going. And I'm just going to ignore it until I finish this reading. But whatever it is, on a soul level, is out of balance. But by connecting on a collective level, we're drawing in something that can put things back into balance. The message from the man upstairs. Yeah, balance. Six of Pentacles. That's the moon in Taurus. And the outcome. The Tower in reverse. The Tower upright is when things come crashing down. Another temple destroyed. Another war started. Another nuclear submarine leaving the docks. That's the Tower in reverse. It's a somebody bigger entering the chat. It's the bully in the schoolyard who's beating up the little kid, and then he realizes that Superman is the little kid's best friend. It's that kind of energy. The Queen of Wands. Somebody more powerful has entered the chat. Okay. Four of Swords. Bringing healing. That's a card of healing. Healing the earth. Look at that, Eight of Pentacles. Allowing us to rebuild. Eight of Wands. That's communication. Because this is the Explorer. It's allowing us to communicate with what is beyond. Liberation, liberating our minds. The Hierophant. The soul contract. And I think it's the soul contract that we as a collective have in this lifetime. We are in this 20-year Pluto and Aquarius transit where Aquarius is air. It is the mind. It's outer space. It's all of that stuff. And we've all unknowingly, knowingly signed up to a soul contract where this is coming into our lives. An expansion of our mind. The Devil. And it's coming in. Because I think we've got to be pushed to rock bottom. I think we've got to be pushed to the point where we're on the brink of destruction in order to bring this in, where we've got no other choice but to connect on a spiritual level with other people around the world that just want peace and harmony. And it's almost like this vibration is being sent out to the universe, and that's what draws this in. Something bigger and stronger than those who think they are the biggest and strongest. The Six of Pentacles brings in balance. That's the message from Six of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. The message from the man upstairs. The Four of Pentacles. Some people will be frightened. Some people won't want to. That's a card of holding on too tight. Holding on too tight to an old paradigm. Potentially out of fear. The Magician. People don't like what's new. If you think about a magician, it's an illusionist. They don't trust what they don't know. But it's part of our spiritual growth. 1955. 55. Oh, Page of Wands. Yeah, they're going to think it's deceptive. They're not going to be sure. Page of Wands. He wanted to come out. Some people will be guarded. Some people, look at him up behind the tree, will be like, what is this? Can I trust it? And that's okay. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. It's new. It's meant to build us a new, what I want to say is a solid, stable, new beginning. Let's get one of those. This is my Gwen deck. Birthdays, but in reverse. Just double check. No, we got it in the right way. January, February, August. That's why that came out. 54, February 54. 1955, February 54. That's Jesus, that's the sacrifice. It's to stop the sacrifice. And we're Mother Mary. And that's a flight log. That's a flight log from World War II. It's a flight log. Flying saucers. That's from World War II. That's a flight log of my grandfather's from World War II. He was a navigator in the Australian Air Force. And he was on the planes that brought home the Australian prisoners of war from the camps in Asia. But a flight log is synchronistic with, you know, the aliens in that song. And it's stopping that from happening again. Okay, I'm going to get a moon. Ooh. It's time to bid farewell to your cozy spot, North Node. Okay, so this is a shake-up. This is something is about to happen. Can you hear the dogs barking? Okay, I'm going to get some Scrabble tiles. Be confident. Don't be frightened. Be confident. Letters and numbers in here. I'll give it a bit of a shake. It does make a little bit of noise. If you've got hearing sensitivity, just turn your volume down. I'm going to shake it in 3, 2, 1. Okay. We've got a G and a 2, an M and a 3, a T and a 1, a V and a 4, a Y and a 4, a W and a 4, a J and a J and an 8, excuse my dog, a H and a 4, a Z and a 10, an L and a 1, a P and a 3, a U and an 1, an A and a 1, and a K and a K and a 5. Okay, 3 final cards for you. Let's do this little deck. Anything else we need to know? We're protected. That's balance, but it's divine timing. The Ace of Wands. So whatever this is, it's coming from God or the divine, whatever you want to call it. It's coming from the divine, and it's coming to prevent mass destruction is what I just heard. What I heard was Because I keep getting that Pink Floyd song, Mother. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? The choice is, do you want the mother of all bombs? The nuclear bomb. Or do you want your mind to be blown by something coming in from outer space? Don't be defensive. That's what that's saying. Be open. The Knight of Wands, because whatever it is, it's happening fast. Interesting. Interesting. What an interesting reading. That's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If this reading resonated with you, if you've got any thoughts, pop them in the comment section. If this reading resonates with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I do post regularly, so check back for my next readings. There should be one up every day for the next few days because I've done quite a few today. As I said, any of the songs that I listed will be in the description box. If you call to any of my decks, they're also in the description box as well. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in another reading.